I've been cleaning my house all day today, so I'm kind of in a cleaning / laundry mood. So in today's video, you're going to learn how to iron a shirt. So I've got a nice wrinkly shirt here. I don't know, let me see if you can see some of those wrinkles, some of those bad boys right there. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my recommended method of ironing a shirt. So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna get your handy dandy little iron here. And we're gonna turn it on to the lowest possible level that we can for our fabric. So if your shirt's cotton, you're gonna wanna go to the cotton level. If it's wool, you're gonna wanna go to the wool level, nylon, polyester blend, etc. Just follow the instructions that are on the tag here. You should see a tag, something like that, on your shirt that will tell you like what it's made of, what iron setting you can use, stuff like that. So we're gonna let that iron heat up, and once it's ready, we'll get started. All right, so our iron is ready here. We got it on cotton. I like to use the steam on full max power. If your iron doesn't have steam, you can just use like a little squirt bottle and like squirt the shirt or whatever. But most irons these days now have like the steam function. So we can hear that steam working pretty good. So I set the shirt off first just like this, right on top, flatten it out. Now I give it a little adjust all the way until like this top corner right up here of the shirt where that seam is kind of gets on the point there. And then I pull this line right here tight along that edge. So we can get the rest of the back of the shirt right here, and we can kind of go over this seam. Get that side, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna slide it over. We're gonna get this seam right here, right along the edge. Line up this edge. Make sure there's no bumps or bubbles. Get this side. Get the edge right there. All right, now we got the whole back. Now I switch to the front. So I flip it up, grab the long front edge, slide it up so we get where we left off. So we're lining up that seam right there along the edge, flattening everything out. Pull off any little specks that might pop up on your shirt. Now I'm just ironing all the shirt that's touching the ironing board. There is some that's hanging off, but we're gonna get that. So now to get this part up here, I'm simply just gonna adjust it and slide that part of the shirt right up here over the point. So we already did this whole part down here at the bottom, but now we're gonna get this top part all up around there really quickly. Now we're gonna flip it and do the same thing on the other side. Slide it right there on the point. Line up this edge right here. Smooth everything out. Once again, we're getting everything that's touching the ironing board. We're going in between the buttons. Now we're gonna slide and adjust and get this top area that we haven't gotten right up here. In between the buttons. Good. Okay, now we can get this part of the shirt. I don't know how well you can see that. It's right up here on kind of like the top where the sleeve is, by just sliding that right over the point. The most important thing to remember when you're ironing is don't iron over any creases. Like if there's any bubbles or bumps and you iron over it, it's just gonna make it worse. So I'm just gonna get that part right there, this top part. I'm gonna slide it over, do the same thing on the other side. I've been ironing shirts literally every week, just like tying a tie, every week since I was like 8 years old. So we got the front, we got that front. If there's anything that looks like it needs to be ironed again, just touch it up. We got the top. Now for the sleeves. So for the sleeves, so what I do is I look for like where the top of the sleeve crease is and where the bottom seam is. So on the bottom of your shirt, you'll have like a big seam right here. I don't know if you can see that seam right there. So we find that seam, and then we find kind of where the top fold would be. And this is the important part. You got to make sure that with your hands you get out all those bumps underneath, because if there's bumps underneath and you iron, you're just going to iron in those bumps. So make sure there's no bumps underneath, flatten it out with my hands, and then we can iron over the top of it. And I'll go all the way down to and get over the cuff a little bit as well. Same thing with the other side. Oh, and make sure you fold your cuff. So I like fold it down like this when I set it like on the edge of the table or on the edge of the board. Finding that bottom seam. Finding that top seam. Flattening out all those bumps underneath. I can feel those fabric bumps. Flattening it out. You can go over the cuff a little. All right, last part, the collar. So what I do is I lay the collar flat, and I'll do both sides really quick. So I'll do that side, and I'll do the inside. And then is what I like to do. So I like to fold the collar back and kind of iron that crease really nicely where the shirt folds. Just like that. And we are done. A really important thing to remember when you're finished ironing your shirt is to hang it up on a hanger. If you just throw it on the bed or throw it on a chair or whatever, it's just gonna get wrinkled right back up again. So immediately after ironing it, throw it on a hanger, hang it on a door, hang it on a doorknob, like put it in your closet, wherever you're gonna put it until you're ready to wear it. And it's gonna help keep all that nice ironedness in your shirt. And that's how you do it. If you guys like this video, if you wanna see some more awesome how-to tutorial videos, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of this video, let me know what other types of videos you wanna see on my channel. I'm Andy, you're watching Learn How. We'll see you in the next video. Oh, and one more last thing, don't forget to turn your iron off.